Whew. Okay. So so we defeated Ganon. We got his Triforce. We had the other pieces of the Triforce we assembled, and we held them up with Zelda after we rescued her from the level 9 dungeon. And um then she was like, "Thanks." And then Zelda 2 happened. I guess she's taking a nap. And I tried like a few seconds of this, and I was a little confused. I knew it was a side-scrolling Zelda. I knew that, but it is different in so many ways. It's got a lot of RPG type of elements, and uh, yeah, I just don't know what's going on. I don't really know how to play this game, but hey, I'll figure it out. Um, and I'll wake Zelda up. I'll get some smelling salts or something, and I'll make sure that she's up in time for her appointment. Okay, so either that's the castle she has, which is just weird because it's just a bed and some columns, or that is some kind of temple they put her in. And yeah, I guess I don't really know where I'm going. Or yes. Okay, so this is something about this game. You encounter enemies on the world map, and they turn into they transition you into a different screen. That's another way it's like what you would more traditionally see in an RPG, along the lines of something like Final Fantasy. And I don't exactly know what's up with this. It seems I got some experience. But then I lost it. And now something's happening. Something's happening. Don't know what's going on. That's probably not the way they intended for this game to run. But that is how the game... It starts me right off here. See, I have 3 lives. I'm not sure what happens when I lose 3 lives. I know, that's supposedly game over, but I don't know what exactly happens when those 3 lives are left. Because in Zelda, traditionally, all that happens when you die is that you just start over from some kind of checkpoint, some kind of nearby place. And here, I have no idea, because it has an actual count. It has an actual count to how many lives you have. And it's the hearts. You have that little bar. Whoa. What am I doing here? What? So, Ganon returned. Um, hmm, Ganon returned. And hey, we can continue. Where does it put us? It puts us right back here where Zelda's sleeping. I don't know if we really lost anything because we didn't really gain much. We had 2 experience that went away. It went away before we lost the lives, I believe. Oh, I got enough experience, I guess, for level up. Let's try life? Let's try getting more life. I'm always getting hit. So, probably it's a good idea to get some life. Hopefully, now that I have 2 life, I won't be as likely to die. Those shadows are very strange. They're very frightening. They... Whoa. Okay, so I'm jumping... Whoa. There are these worms, or something, and then there are... These are either fireballs, or tumbleweeds, or weird rocks, and I have no... Whoa! I have no idea where they are. I have no idea where they're coming from. They are very hard to dodge. They are very plentiful. Whoa! Okay, so it's a good thing we got that 2 life, because then we're not as... Whoa! So we fell down the hole. A bat knocked us down into a hole, and we died. And you know, it's hard to see. Maybe we need a candle or something. We fell down another hole. And maybe we're not ready for this dungeon right now. Maybe we're not ready. Maybe we don't have the tools required. Maybe we need to find a candle or what have you to light up that cave so that we don't run into bats, which are black and blend in with the darkness. Welcome to Rauru. There is a lady here. There's a lady here. Hello, lady. Hello. You got anything else for me? Hello. Hello. Right? Yeah. She looked the same, so I thought she'd say the same thing. Return the crystal to the palace in Parappa. Parappa? Sorry. I know nothing. She's very down on herself, very low self-esteem. I guess she's never been known as someone that's been, you know, very smart. But, hey, I think everyone knows something. They have their own specialties. They have their own things that they're bringing to the table. And maybe she doesn't have a bowl like this lady. Maybe she doesn't have a bowl for her head. But she has something. She has some value. Hey, man. How are you? If all else fails, use fire. That's great. That's great advice. But where would I find fire? How do I use fire? Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out these controls. What? Wait. Hold up. I can restore your life. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Oh, there's more to this town. Only the hammer can destroy a roadblock. Okay. I guess. I think there was a roadblock outside of, this place. Hello, young fellow. Talk with my father before you leave town. Okay, sure. Is your father in? Each town has a wise man. Learn from him. That's great general advice. Whoa! This looks like a wizard. In Palapa Desert, use this magic to survive. Thank you! Shield! So I can now use a shield? So so it's like an ability? Is it not related to my physical shield? Is there a way to just use my physical shield or no? I don't quite know. Hey kid. I am so confused by this game. I don't know anything. Get candle in Parappa Palace. Go west. Thank you. So that's what I was looking for. In Zelda 1 there was a candle, and that candle lit things up. It lets you see in dark places. Welcome to Lauru. Hello. So is this... Hey. I am much too busy to talk to a stranger. That's fine. I did kind of approach you out of blue. I guess those are the city limits. I didn't go in all the houses. I kind of assumed that some of these things that you couldn't... Well, it seems like I can't enter these houses when the doors are closed. So, yeah, I've been here. And there's this house where the door is closed, but I was wondering if one of these ladies, if she would go in and maybe I could sneak in with her. Is that something I can do? Sorry, I did not mean to throw my sword at you. I didn't mean to talk to you. Please let me help you. Come inside. Yeah, I would love to come inside. Oh, this is a lady that heals me. She didn't exactly take me inside. She just kind of cracked open the door so that we could get in. This is a big building. It looks a little bit important, maybe. But is anyone going to let us in? Doesn't seem like it. Yes, so as I thought. These buildings... I seem to have to wait for them to open their doors before I can go in. I cannot barge in myself. So I need a candle, and they... Oh, whoa! I do not want to encounter these enemies that are very scary. So, is this Parappa Palace? How do I know? Because I have been looking for... Whoa! I did not mean to use my magic. I actually meant to jump. And it seems like... If this were Parappa Palace, this would be where I got the candle? Because it wanted me to get the candle from the west of Raul. This is west of Raul. Do I need to go more west? Or is there... I do not want to deal with these guys. I'm just gonna walk off the screen. And hope they don't follow me. And here's... Whoa! It seems like... Whoa! I think this is maybe another dark cave in which I'm going to have the difficulty seeing the enemies, which I assume are bats. And maybe I need to go further west. I think that was a ferry, but that ferry was a bit far away, a bit hard to get to. This is also a dark place. Ooh, my lord, Ganon. I tell you, this world is very scary. So here we have another town. Town of Luto. This is, I believe, in later games, this is where bird people live. Isn't it? Luto is where bird people live, usually. Come inside. I can restore you. Okay. It's very nice. She didn't restore my magic, but she can restore my health, of which... Sorry, I know nothing. Okay. Ladies who wear purple, they have very low self-esteem. They are... I can give you magic. Come back. Again. That's what I was assuming he was going to finish saying. So ladies in purple, they have very low self-esteem. Purple is a way you signify that. It's like how people wear black to signify they're edgy. People wear purple to signify, hey, I'm kind of a dum-dum. I'm kind of stupid. Just like Barney. Just like this man. I am error. What? I am error. See? I think there is something to this. I think people who wear purple are inherently less intelligent. I think they... Here's another man who's wearing purple. Find magic in a cave south of the castle. So is the castle that he is referring to, is that Goria the Tantari stole our trophy. Okay. Perhaps that is a quest, or perhaps even a side quest that I can complete. Finding their trophy and bringing it back to them. Maybe I'll get some reward. Here's a woman. These keys in palaces, they are found in. Thank you. Well, I have played Zelda. I've played other video games that have keys, and typically they are used where you find them. But yeah, sure. Do not go south without a candle. That's good advice. Would you happen to know where a candle is? I was told it's west of Laulu, and I couldn't find it. This was some ways west. Man, I am much too busy. Okay. So Luto is not quite that helpful. I did not eat. Well, wait. Each town has a wise man, does it not? Is that not what I learned from Lauru? Where was the wise man in this town? Did he need a trophy? Do I need to find a trophy first that belongs to this village so that I can... Hey, lady? Could you hold open your door a little bit more? I didn't get the chance to go in there. Okay, whatever. Yes. So... There was... Oh! Should I fight a little bit? It didn't seem like there were any monsters on the screen. What's happening? Okay. I'm not completely sure how long that shield lasts, but since I was getting so many magic potions, I assume, I thought that it would be an opportune time to use that shield. I'm very close to a town, so I don't feel I'm in so much danger. If I feel as if I'm low health, I can just walk off the screen, and then I can go to that woman, and I can come inside her house, and she'll heal me. That's what I understand of this game so far. And furthermore, I don't think I have to... Whoa! I do not seem to be... Okay, here we go. I have used my shield ability. Don't exactly know how that all worked. I got 2 EXP. I killed what seems to be a million monsters on the screen. Only got 2 EXP. And yet, when I got to that tree with the bats inside of it, or what have you, I got like 53 EXP, and I was able to level off of that. I wonder if these random encounters are more like hazards. They're more like distractions to avoid. And they don't actually help you when it comes to the grind. Hey, woman? Yes. Okay, heal me. Okay, thank you. See? As I said, very easy. Now, this candle. Where is this candle? They don't want me to go south without the candle. They don't want me to go to the... what I assume is the temple in this cave without the candle either, because it's very dark. It's very dark in all these caves. There are caves everywhere, and they are very dark. So they require a candle. It's west of our little village. This is west. I don't know if there is a candle anywhere here. There is a sleeping woman, that's Zelda. She is just taking a nap. You know, she sleeps during the day, because she spends all her times at night, gaming, watching Twitch streams, she loves to just, like, spend all of Hyrule's taxpayer money on these bits that she keeps throwing to streamers who she thinks are very hot and sexy, even though she has a man at home, and that man's Link, who we're playing as. And where is this candle? I would really like to know, is this candle here? The place with all the bats. Is this where I might find a candle? Now see, maybe I must open my, okay, so I can jump and attack at the same time. It seems very difficult to get at these bats. But they gave me a lot of EXP when I killed one of them before. It only gave me 3 that time. Gave me 3. This is still, much more fruitful than the somewhat random encounters on the overworld map. So maybe, in classic Zelda fashion, if I kill all of them, something will appear. An item, something useful. There seems to just be more bats. Do these enemy screens, do they spawn enemies indefinitely? Can you grind your way to the max level of every stat with just one screen? I'm beeping and my life is low. It's time to go find a lady who will heal me. There are very kind ladies, in every town, who just love to take you inside their house, and they love to just provide you with alms. They're very charitable, these ladies. This is a purple lady, so I assume she knows nothing. Yes, she knows nothing. She is no use. Hello, young fellow. She's wearing red, but we're not looking for one of those old red ladies. We're looking for a younger red lady. Here's a young red lady. Yes, okay. And then we'll get topped up, we'll heal, and we'll go back out. This is this is a very strange game. It's very hard to figure out for me. Maybe if you're a bit more enlightened, a bit more pro of a gamer, you might be able to figure out what to do. I am not so. I am not that way. And I'm just... See, I can block the... Whoa! That was 10 EXP! I have killed many of those men. I have killed many of these, moblins, and they have not given me 10 EXP. Most of the time they give me none, but sometimes... Whoa! Another 10 EXP? Seems like I just have to kill 7 more of those, and I can level up. But, as I was saying last time, I was killing a bunch of these moblins. Most of them gave me no EXP. Some, when they did give me EXP, they gave me only 2. But those, they gave me 10. Maybe it's because it's the forest, and the ones in the forest are built a little bit different. They're a little bit meatier. They are things that you can really chow down on, and you can really get that experience. You can clench the... Whoa! You can clench your jaw around and work those muscles. I'm already, beeping... I'm at beeping life, so I guess I have to go back and find a woman to heal me. Avoid these slimes. Jumping over them when there's 2 is not a smart move because I don't jump quite that far. I'm not like... I don't know what they call them. I was about to say an Olympic pole vaulter, but that's someone who uses a pole to vault over a bar, and it's not a sprinter because that is a person that runs. But there's There is an Olympic event where you run and then you jump over a distance and they tell how much you jumped. I remember doing some version of that at a track meet when I was in elementary school. Of course, elementary school, not Olympic level, not sanctioned by Olympics, not run by the Olympic Committee. But hey, I know it exists. It's somewhere. Are these bats something? Because these are not a random encounter. These aren't. These are at a fixed place on the map. What is going on? I have lost my my sword's charge because I am not at full HP anymore. I'm not at full life. But I am getting some of these bats, and they're giving me 3 each. Although I've discovered the moblins, which are not incredibly hard to defeat. Perhaps they're even easier to defeat than these. So I don't know if these serve a purpose. What is going on with this solitary tree? So if I want to respawn these enemies, all I have to do is walk slightly away and then get them back on screen. Get the tree back on screen. And then there are more. It's good to know as a grinding technique. But slimes? You know, these slimes are very colorful compared to the slimes that were in Zelda 1. These slimes are much more... If the slimes in Zelda 1 were kind of flan-like, these are like little Dippin' Dots. That ice cream that's flash frozen. So that it's a solid colored little dot of ice cream. I've had Dippin' Dots sometime in the past year or past few years, somewhere along those lines. And an arcade called Round 1, it had a vending machine that had some Dippin' Dots. I tried them, they were okay. It was a messier affair than I thought, because the little spoon that came with them was somewhat frozen inside of them, and also I had thought they were bigger. I'm always getting tricked by these signs that have images of the products that they're selling, and I always think these food products, I always think they're bigger than they are, because I look at these pictures and I think, hey, this seems like a good value. And it turns out, no, it's not a very good value. You spend a lot of money for very little. And maybe that's maybe that's just a lesson I have to learn. When something is not primarily a food establishment, the refreshments are going to be a bit overpriced. They're going to be not quite as good of a deal. They're really gouging you on that price. But who knows? Maybe it's that the margins, since they're not primarily food places, maybe the margins have to be that high because there's not as much volume being sold. I need a hammer for that, rock. But I do not know where to find a hammer. I need a candle for these caves. But I do not know where to find a candle. Maybe I can go back to Lauru. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to say that. Lauru? But maybe I should go back and talk to those people again. See if I missed something in their tiny bits of dialogue about where this candle is. Because it's like, hey, the people of Luto, they don't want me to go south. And there's only so many ways you can go right now. If you're not going in a cave and you're not going south. So, let's see. Just return the crystal to the palace in Parappa. Yeah, sure. Sure, I know this. Parappa's looking for a crystal, and Luto's looking for a trophy. If all else fails, use fire. I would love to use fire. I would love it if I could somehow obtain the power of fire. I would love to be pointed in a direction. I know they said west, but what does west really mean? You know, what does west mean? It's so relative. And, you know, it's so inexact. Only the hammer can destroy a roadblock. Yes. Should I wait for a person to come here? To see if they open the door for me so I can enter and speak to whoever might be in here? Is anyone going to go in this? Hello. Sorry, I know nothing. Okay. Yes, this is the woman who had the father, who was a wise man. Each town has a wise man. I did not meet the wise man of that other town, of Luto. Learn from him. I learned from this one. I learned the shield from this wise man. Maybe if I talk to him again, he'll point me at other wise men. I cannot help you anymore. Go now. Okay. That was very terse, but, you know, what do you expect when you're a stranger and you walk into someone's house? He was kind enough to teach me how to use this magic shield, which I still don't know how to use exactly. I've used it, but I don't know exactly how it works. So, get the candle in Parappa Palace. Go west! This is a very mysterious game. To my knowledge, they've never made another Zelda game like this. And, you know, that means it's quite unique, and can be quite unfamiliar. It can be a bit impenetrable, and, you know, maybe I shouldn't say impenetrable. Clearly, some people have played this. Clearly, some people have beaten this. Clearly, some people love this and play it all the time. So, you know, I guess you can penetrate it. It's fine. But for people like me, I'm just like these ladies in purple. I'm like the ladies that wear purple dresses. I know nothing. See, this is me. This is me right now. I know nothing. So, all I can say is sorry. You know, and this is a woman who restores my magic. I know this. This guy, he's Error. He's Error. The way he says it, he doesn't say he is an error. So it makes me believe that maybe his name is Error, and he is simply introducing himself. Although I cannot say for sure. I cannot say for sure. That door opened for a little bit. I pressed on it, and I could not go. I could not go inside. I could not enter. So I suppose that maybe that's not a place I can enter. Yes, I know this. What is... You know... With other Zeldas, it's very simple. I'm not well, okay, they have a cave there, it's not wise. Oh, gosh. So... Perhaps I have to brave the cave even though I have no candle. Perhaps I have to brave it even though it's dark. And at the end, for my troubles, they will give me a candle. Oh! It's game over. Ganon has returned. I have 3 lives again. And my life is back to where it was. It has not decreased, so that's good. My experience has decreased back down to 0, but that's not such a big deal because I wasn't that far. I was only maybe 33 experience out of 100. And these men in in the forest, they gave me 10. The moblins, they gave me 10 each. So I do not believe. I can see that it is on the ground. So that's something. I have come out the other side. I guess that was not a very long cave. So I've come out the other side of that. Here is... Whoa! Here's another battle screen. Here's a palace? Or something. So not all caves are full of these dangerous holes. This reminds me of the platforms in the old school Donkey Kong. The one where Donkey Kong was actually a bad guy, and Mario had to not defeat him exactly. Well, I guess he did defeat them, but he had to save his own princess, Princess Peach. Was she Peach at that time, or was she Paula, or Pauline, or whatever her name was? Who knows? Point is, that does feel very reminiscent of those Donkey Kong platforms. And here... I'm wondering how much I should bother with all these enemies. I got a key. Keys are always very welcome. Since this man has a shield, it's more advantageous to fight him on the ground where he is not protected. My health is beeping. I have died. I've lost a life. But that's fine. That's fine. I still have that key in my inventory. It's fine. I have my sword charged up again. Full life. That's great. That means I can fight at a distance. Progress to this palace. There are these rat men. I don't know if we've seen these rat people ever again in Zelda, but here they are. These men are rats. And they're not giving me XP. Perhaps because they're so numerous and they die in one hit, they don't feel as though they're worth any EXP. This game is all about people trying to figure out their worth. You have the woman who says she knows nothing. You have these enemies who have varying amounts of EXP. You have Zelda, who has decided that it's not worth getting up. It makes no difference whether she's awake or not. So here's the thing. I guess that whenever you level, you cannot just pick whichever stat you want to increase. Right now, it only will let me increase my magic, so I guess I will increase my magic, but hey. Let's try using this shield. I don't know if that's helping, but we're going and we're... Fairy! A fairy is always a welcome sight. They're always welcome to do a heal. They're much like these human ladies that we have now. Except they're very small, and they're just flying around in these dungeons for... I'm not quite sure the reason. Why is there this statue here? I was afraid it was going to fire off fireballs, but it did not. Here's another key. You can only pick up those keys by swinging your sword at them, which is a very strange concept, but the action for talking is also swinging your sword. Only the animation doesn't play when you talk to someone. The animation for whoa, those actually do quite a bit of damage. Let's try getting my shield going. That actually didn't help that much. Okay, so if only we could find another fairy. I am on the edge of death right now. I do not know if I should exit this dungeon or I should just let come what may. Let it come. I don't know if that should be something I do, because hey, I have one life left, I'll be back, but if I lose that last life after this, then what will happen is that I will... Whoa! I will have my EXP reset. I've got quite a bit. Not an entire amount. Not a significant amount, I mean. But I've got quite a bit. I'm almost halfway through to my next level. And perhaps it'd be wise for me to watch out for my health. This man, he's very tactical. We've lost that last life. Ganon has returned. We're continuing back at this palace, or what have you. I don't know quite if this is deemed as a palace. But hey, we're back there. Our EXP has gone back down to 0. But it's fine. We're still getting our bearings. We're still trying to right this ship, and we're still trying to see if we can plot a course to whoa, some kind of Sure. Maybe these are not bats. Maybe these are spiders, actually. What is this? Is this... What was that? Was that a... That was... Oh, was that the trophy that was stolen from that village? Okay. So, yes. When you lose 3 lives, you end up back at the starting point. The starting point of the game. And your EXP goes down to 0. But your levels in your attributes, your magic, your life, and I assume your attack, are... They're not going to go back down to the original. So this is a much more forgiving game than I thought it was originally. I thought that it was going to end up being that everything would reset to what it was originally. But no. So maybe we can do this. Maybe we can just smash our heads into all sorts of walls, and we can just brute force our way through this game. It's not hopeless. It's not hopeless. I accidentally pressed that button. I didn't mean to. Just pressed with my leg. And that woman, she invited us. She invited us in. She invited us in. But we missed the window. You know, we were taking a little bit too long, staring at that NES menu. NES menu. And here's this woman. She'll restore my magic. Let's restore my magic. Let's go. I am Error. Error, is this your trophy? I actually don't know if it's a trophy. It is a... You saved the trophy. Oh, I missed whatever she was going to say after that, but... So, apparently that was a trophy. It looked like an angel. So I wasn't exactly sure if that was a trophy. I thought maybe that was a candle. But no. With this, I can jump very high. I have learned the jump skill, which costs 40 magic? I'm not quite so... I am not quite so sure why jumping high is more is a more advanced magical skill than creating a shield around you. But honestly, using that shield, it didn't seem like it was that powerful. It didn't seem like it helped that much. So maybe it doesn't speak to how amazing that jump is, but rather how poor the shield is. And let's see. So they tell me not to go south without a candle, but we've been through caves without candles, and do we get hit? Yes. But is it a big deal? No, not really. So we have lost a life. We've lost a life. That's fine. That's fine, we're still finding our way around. Maybe if we just keep jumping. If we keep jumping, maybe we'll avoid things. You know, I jumped into that rock, and Ganon returned. But, hey. Maybe there'll be a time when I get hit by a rock again and doesn't return. Maybe there'll be a time when that's the case. We don't know. Why not try all the options available to us? So... these moblins, they do not seem to be giving us that 10 experience points that I had been anticipating, that I had been accustomed to. But hey. Oh, I suppose these bags give you 50 experience. And that's how those bats in that tree gave me 50 experience, because they dropped a P bag, a point bag, and that gave us 50. I see. Just top. Just topping up our health again. You know, we missed the timing on that. It's fine. So, one of the paths forward that I found was, hey Perry, I actually don't need you because I'm already at full health, but thank you for doing whatever it is you do. Anyway, so... you can actually see the spiders very slightly if they're on the ground. Even if it's dark. So, not that big of a deal. It's doable. You can do those spiders. This is the only place that kind of looked like progress that we could do. Oh, hey. Let's go back here. It was very difficult here. I'm not gonna pretend like it was easy. But... the things that... the best things in life are seldom easy. Things that are worthwhile tend to be very difficult. And perhaps through this difficulty, we'll find something, we'll find a treasure, or some item that will aid us in our quest. These skeletons do look a little bit funky. You know, they have very thick chests and very skinny legs, and they're popping out they're leaning forward, they're popping out their buttocks, and it is very amusing to me how that is the case. Not quite sure why this statue is just sitting here, or standing there. But hey, I tried to interact with it, no go. And, yeah, so those... so those, skeletons, they kinda give me a vibe. That's very silly. You know, it's a very unserious vibe. Ooh! Very precarious. No! There was a bag of experience. Unfortunately, I could not get it before it fell. And that's unfortunate, but hey. at least we're alive. We're beeping, but we're alive. There is... Whoa! There is a ledge with a statue. I'm seeing if with our improved jump, yes. Can we do anything with this statue? Sir? Sir? It looked like there might be something we could do with that statue, but I guess not. This is a very Mario-esque enemy. It reminds me of... Whoa! It reminds me of those Koopas. Maybe they're called paratroopers? It reminds me of those turtles with those hammers. They're doing the same kind of motion. It is throwing a projectile in an arc and then occasionally jumping. I tried to see if I could just jump on past. Didn't seem like I could do that. Not easily, anyway. So, let's return. See if there's another path that we can take before I lose my last life. Yes! Sure. Let's increase our life. Yes. And now, if we lose that last life, hey, we're not losing that level. We're not losing that level, baby. And there's another P-bag that we got. Very good, very pog. That's what Zelda would say. You know, kids, the kids are always, they're always coming up with this new slang. It's like they're... Ooh. And the flying skull, you know, had me spooked a little bit. It's like they're speaking new language. What are old guys like Link supposed to do? You know, all you can do is adapt and figure things out. Hey fairy, I love that fairy. I should remember that that fairy is there, because that seems like a very useful... Oh, no. It is this knight that has these tactics. It's a very tactical knight. He moves his shield. He doesn't keep it in the same spot. He is a master of tactics. You must be very agile, very sharp in order to conquer this man. Because he... Hey, man, don't walk away. I wasn't done. I was not done with you. I hope he gives a lot of experience, because I am very... I'm having a very... Wow. Okay, he gave 50. That's quite a lot. That's enough. That's equivalent to a pea bag. And it's more than these skeletons, although he is much harder than these skeletons. It's another pea bag, and that one had 200 in it. Jeez! 200? Wow. And that put us... Well, we are very low in life. That put us over halfway to our next level. So, not all pea bags are equal. They have different amounts that they give of experience, and hey, they're always welcome. They're always welcome, because Ganon, when he returns, he can't take that back. He can take back the Triforce. He can put Zelda to sleep, but he can't take away our levels. The main obstacle in this dungeon right now are these hammer throwers. The hammer throwers are in seemingly every remaining route, and I cannot seem to get past them without dying. Maybe if we level up enough, there'll come a time when our life is sufficient for us to pass through. We do have that shield ability. I'm still not quite certain how that works. If it's just a reduction in damage, or what, but it doesn't seem to reduce the damage by enough to improve our survivability against those. And I am trying to return, to outside this dungeon, so that... Whoa! Okay, so I have to be very careful. Perhaps I'll use this shield, and it'll help me. It didn't help me that much. You know, again, it does not help me that much. It's not invincibility. But hey. We've got 2 attack, 2 magic, 3 life. We're doing pretty good. Hey, Fairy. I would have loved to have seen you a couple seconds ago, but hey, you're welcome. You're always welcome with me. So if the candle's west, inside some palace, then where is this palace? Where might we find it? Do we have enough? Do we have enough life? Do we have enough ability to go past this cave now? Perhaps if I have my shield, it will not be as dangerous. I will not take as much damage, and I will be able to pass through this cave. In one piece. Oh, okay, so maybe we use the shield, and then we just keep continuing. We keep continuing on, and we don't stop to try to fight any enemies. We don't stop to fight any rat monsters. We simply go through and see if we can get to the other side of the screen. I got to the other side of the screen. There's more cave. I thought I would be outside this cave. I was not outside this cave. But, you know, hey. There are no... I am not fighting... Oh. Okay. So, perhaps I should shield up again. And just heed my previous advice. And just keep jumping, keep powering my way through this cave. Go to the other side of the screen. There is more cave. This cave is very long. It is not just 1 or 2 screens. It is a trek. And Ganon has returned. You know... I hear some people say, "Hey, I need my beauty sleep." That's a common expression. And a common excuse or reasoning people give as to why you should not disturb them from their slumber. Because they need it to replenish the cells that are damaged in their skin, and in various other places on the body. Honor in the body. But I ask you, is beauty really that important? Beauty is an eye of the beholder, and beauty fades. In the eyes of most people, beauty fades. It is ephemeral. And so, maybe we should not value sleep over the kingdom. Maybe Zelda should wake up and give me a candle, like help me find a candle. Maybe that should be something that she puts her mind to. I know her mind has been rotted away by all those years of video games, but it would sure help if I could get a candle. Because a candle lights up the dark corners of those caves, and it tells us what's there. It lets us know what threats are hiding, and hey, knowing's half the battle. That's what they say. That's what they always say. Here's another cave. Hopefully, this cave is very short. Hopefully, this is a one-screen cave, so that we can get out the other side, and we can... Okay, well, let's try to shield. Try to make our way past. We got... What is that? An increase to our mana? I expected there to be another side. I expected there to be another side of that cave, so that I could go to that palace in the south. Apparently that's not the case. And what it instead gave me was some sort of potion which may have increased our mana bar, our magic bar. However, magic has not proved that useful to us at this point in time. I still wonder, what is the purpose of this tree of bats? Are there things lurking in these forests? Other than enemies, are there hidden items, secrets, passageways? I would love to know. I would love to get a definitive answer. I have no idea what to say. There's something very mysterious about this game. Very, very obtuse. You know, it's not acute. It is obtuse. What can we do now that we can jump higher? What can we accomplish now that we can jump a few feet higher in the air? It's a mystery. You know, plant a flower, plant a rose, see what happens, see what grows. It's a secret no one knows. I believe that's what Hansen said in their iconic and memorable "What is this? Am I to be attacked by bubbles now? Are these flying wow." So now bubbles are rising from the depths and they are attacking me. Here is Stonehenge, and there is a heart container here. It is, I believe that it has increased our life bar, which is very cool. Very cool. Is that all that there is here? At Stonehenge? Woof. Link cannot swim. That is not an ability that he has mastered in these early games. Later on, in later games, he is able to swim. Ganon has returned because Link never mastered swimming. He never went down to the Y. He never took instructions from a man with a whistle. And he never learned that valuable life skill. He's really like me. I don't know how to swim either. Look at these little dipping dots. Look. So... perhaps we should try those hammer-throwing maniacs again. I mean, well, we have a bigger life bar now. And perhaps we can survive. Perhaps we can survive them. We shield up, perhaps we can survive their hammer attacks. Is there a way to move these statues? Is that an ability that we gain later? Magic is no longer something that is just stored in items. It's stored within ourselves. We learn a variety of abilities that we use our own magical power to unleash. And I suppose that's what is different about this world after we have obtained the powers of the two Triforces. But perhaps we have an over-reliance on magic now. And our magic is now being used for basic skills, like shielding and jumping. It's kind of an allegory for the danger of our over-reliance on technology, and how that blinds us to the old ways, the more base, more foundational skills that we could be mastering without any use of technology. Because after all, technology is something that is mostly given to us by a few select companies. It could be controlled, it could go away at any time. However, that is not so different from the magic in the world of Zelda. The magic that we are given in the world of Zelda as it stands in Zelda 2 is... oh geez Louise, is too controlled by a few old men. They call themselves the Wise Men, and they govern all of the basic necessities of life now. We cannot fend for ourselves. That's fine, we are very low health. We want to have more health going into a fight with the cameraman. Oof. I had wondered if there would always be a pea back there. And there was not. The pea is gone. Perhaps the jump is going to aid us in dealing with this man. Perhaps it did. You know, we jumped right over. Here is the candle! Here is the candle. So, we have a candle now. And we are able to, we are now able to see in those dark caves. I don't really care if I die. You know, now that I have the candle, I'm good. They didn't want me to enter the caves to the south without a candle. Well, now I have a candle. But what's good? What's good in the hood? I'll tell you what. Candle. And candle's good in the hood. I'm a little Yankee with my little Yankee candle. Link moves so goofy. He doesn't really move with that much urgency. He's just kind of shambling along, wobbling along. I don't really know if his legs are crossing each other. Again in return, but guess what? I have my candle. So, I did not explore all routes in that, Did they not say it was to the west? Did the people not say that the candle was in a palace to the west? That was not west. That was north. Is this map? Is this map rotated in such a way that the up on this screen is not north? Or are they directionally challenged in that village? Whoa! Now that I have... You know, it's not so easy with the... It is not quite so easy with the candle either. There are still... I'm assuming these are Octoroks? There are still Octoroks in the path. In the way. So... Yes. Maybe I should shield, maybe I should... jump? I had thought this was a rat man when we were dealing with the dark. But this was not a rat man, this was some kind of... weasel man? Some kind of fox man? I'm not sure. So... that cave is not so easy even, with that candle. It is not so easy with the candle either. Perhaps we should revisit some of these caves and see if there were items or other things that we had been missing. Okay, so the reason these holes were killing us was because they were lava. They were pits of lava. And I had you know, I would expect lava to emit its own sort of light, but I suppose not. Ooh, jeez. These Octoroks are no joke. Octoroks have been upgraded. In Zelda 1, they were very easy, very basic enemies that required very little thought to combat. But these, woof, they can knock you back into pits of lava. And that is mighty dangerous. Here is another Foxman. Ratman? Well, he is a rat in the style of Master What's-His-Face from Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. He is a rat in that style, in that he has some kind of beard or mustache. But he does seem to be more dog-like. Although there are many breeds of dogs that people say resemble rats. Anyway, so, yeah. Who can say? Maybe dogs and rats are really the same thing. Maybe I need to return to that palace, go down those other paths that I did not go down. Woof! You know, I was hoping that maybe if I had barked, that those little creepy crawlies would recognize me as one of its comrades and not attack me, but it was not fooled. It's just like real animals. I have cats, and they're able to tell when a real cat is speaking and someone mimicking a cat is speaking. They ignore fake cat noises, but perk up to real cat noises. And maybe that is the same way with those little roly-polies, those little insects. One of the things that is a little bit gentle about this difficulty is that when we die, provided we do not lose all of our lives, we tend to start at the beginning of the screen that we were just on, which is very useful because then we can go in with our full health and have another stab at it. And sometimes those stabs are very successful. They pierce the flesh, they get them bleeding, and we get right in those guts. Woo! Let's use the shield. Maybe let's use jump. You know. Woo! We got a key. And ooh! Keys tend to be used in the palaces that we find them. So the fact that we have now an excess key signals to me that maybe there is another path that was locked. Or is locked and will be unlocked by us. Whoa! Here we go. These rats. Many people keep rats as pets. You know, they think they're cute, they think they're very lovely, I've heard they're very intelligent. But for me, I don't quite see rats in that light. Just look at what they're doing to us here. This is not a rat, but hey, a rat is also trying to get us. It's just not as smart as this man. Whew. We're getting better. We're getting better, folks. Woo. Woo. Another magic potion. Which can be good if we want to, shield up and jump. So it seems like we're not able to just jump over this enemy. Not at this point, but hey. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, so once I push him back that far, it seems like we can jump. We can then jump over him. I was relying on this idea that I could kill him, but he has a lot of health. I did kill him that time. I had given up on killing him at that point, and I was thinking that I would instead just jump over him once I had pushed him back far enough, but apparently it is very doable to kill that the hammer man. And here, this is I guess this is a boss? I do not have this horse. I do not have the I do not have the magic to shield. Now I have the magic to shield. I have the magic to jump. Can I jump over him? Yes. I am not entirely sure how to do damage to this man. To this horseman. I do not know what to do to a horse to kill it. has some sort of health bar. But the health bar does not seem to be going down. I do not know how to deal with that horse. How do I deal with a horseman? A horseman with a mace. How may I deal with him? Is he maybe allergic to chocolate? Like a dog might be? Is that something horses are also allergic to? Who knows? I'm taking in some water. Trying to gather myself and think. Why wasn't I doing damage? What was going on? How do I defeat the horse? How do I defeat the horse? Is this one of those situations where I must consult the manual? Maybe I should. I have consulted the manual many times in Zelda 1. It has helped. Especially the map. But here, I do not know if I need the map per se at this point. But I would like to know how to beat this horse. Okay, so apparently on the overworld, when you see those little silhouettes, you see those little shadows, the slime-looking ones represent weak enemy encounters, and the ones that look like Mothmen are the strong encounters. Apparently... Let's see. Apparently... Is this some kind of... Is this... How do we thrust? The manual says that we are able to thrust. We are able to do a downward thrust. We're able to do all these sorts of things. I don't know how to do this. Move skillfully watching the size of the enemy. When Link is in the stances on the right, he can fend off attacks of blah blah height. If a swordsman teaches him the art of sword fighting, he'll be able to jump and thrust up and down. Okay. So thrusting is something that we have to learn. Okay, that's fine. Now, how do I defeat this horse? Must I learn from an expert swordsman how to thrust? Do I need to thrust that horse? Or do I have everything that I need at my disposal? I really am not entirely sure. You can pick up Entering the palace. Okay, there is a screenshot in the manual of the palace that we were just in. And this palace has a little section that says, Link obtained information in town and has finally come to the palace. He has been through a lot of fights, raised his level high enough, and been taught several types of magic in a number of towns. I've been taught 2 types of magic in 2 towns. If you have not raised your level yet and have not been taught any magic, it may be better to withdraw once more. The palace is an ancient place that has not fallen into ruin for a long time. This means there should be some very strong enemies there. Let's see, there's the Iron Knuckle, which is the knight with the shield. The little bug guys, which are Mews, and it's supposed to be a type of slime. The skeletons are Stoffels, an enemy type I've heard before. Iron Knuckle I've also heard before. The palace is a complex labyrinth. Use the diagram on the left as a guide and make a map as you proceed. Let's see. Find the items, go stone statue. In fights with the main guardians of the palace, the enemy's life power is displayed at the left of the screen. It may be good to find blah blah blah. Okay. But maybe they should tell me how to fight that. How to fight that horse. How do I fight this horse? In the manual, lists some of this magic. There are 8 types of magic. The shield raises Link's life level temporarily, which reduces damage inflicted by half. Wow. I didn't know it was by half. I was still taking a bunch of damage, so that's useful to know. It's like the blue ring. It's the equivalent of the blue ring in Zelda 1. Jump increases Link's jumping power. Life, blah blah blah. These are abilities we do not have. Items open the road to the Triforce. Magic jar recovers Link's treasure bag. The P bags are treasure bags. Magic container. Yes. Doll. Candle. Hammer. Oh, whistle use hammer. Oh my gosh. Is there no hint to how to fight that horse? Is my attack level simply too low? Do I need to level my attack in order to do damage that boss at all, to do damage to the horse? Do I actually need to level my attack? Was it actually doing damage, but it was so low that it was not appearing on the cave area, that it was not appearing on the enemy. Could that have been the case? I guess level. You know, since this is much more of that style of RPG, perhaps, you know, there are times that we must level. We must grind for experience, just like those games. Which is fine. Maybe... Maybe that gives us time for reflection. Which is... Why are these spiders so concerned with them? Why are they not just more concerned with, you know, eating insects? That is something that people often say about spiders, that, you know, unless spiders are poisonous, they're really not very harmful, and they actually help you because they tend to eat a lot of more harmful, pesky insects. And perhaps this is just propaganda. This is anti-spider propaganda. Although there was an episode of Peppa Pig that had to be pulled from Australia twice because it had said that spiders are harmless, which is not the case in Australia. In Australia, there are a number, there are very common poisonous spiders. The venom from them is very dangerous, and thus they are not harmless, and you would want to deal with them in a similar manner to Link. Actually, in a safer manner than Link, keeping your distance, and disposing them perhaps through the use of traps or poison, or calling someone who would know how to deal with them, instead of swinging a sword at those Australian spiders. I am quite curious, about why this tree exists. Why is there a spider tree? Not a spider tree, a bat tree in the middle of the map that seemingly has no purpose. I believe there is purpose to everything, and so I cannot accept that this tree exists for no reason. We have gotten stronger. There was a time when we would need two hits to kill these bats. And now we only need one hit, although it's very hard for me to get that hit at all. Ooh. Jeez, man. Oof. A lot of work for 3 EXP. that's the grind, you know? Rise and grind, hustle, make that money, make that dough. That's the grind set. It's about sacrificing every single moment of your life in order to make that sweet cash. And in Link's case, that sweet experience. We don't even know if money is a thing in this game. I have not seen money. I have not seen money exist. It seems to be a world in which people give you things for free. Either that, or they give you things in exchange for favors. But it's a very, I wouldn't even say pre-capitalist. Because there was a currency system in the previous game, and perhaps there was also a capitalist system. Money does not necessarily indicate a capitalist system, but perhaps there was one. And perhaps this is post, and it's showing you what life would be. People are given the things that they need when they ask for it. And sometimes things are asked in return. And that's fine. However, who knows? Who knows if this is the most ideal society? There are certainly some problems, like it is under monarchy still, and that monarch is a sleeping woman who will not get up for any reason. She will not get up. She will not rise and shine. She will in fact lay and darken. And that's how she chooses to run her kingdom. I don't quite know the extent of her rule, her reign, her power. I don't know how far her kingdom extends, if this is all her kingdom, or not. If it's just that castle, and she is maybe just allies with some of these neighboring towns and such. But, hey. Either way, she's asleep at the wheel. She's not even at a wheel. She's asleep at the bed. You know, at least when the truck driver is at the wheel and he sleeps, he was trying to work. He was trying to get people somewhere. He just, you know, dozed off. Maybe he had worked too long hours, maybe he was taking medication that he shouldn't have, but maybe he had to take that medication because he didn't have any sick days, and so he had to come into work sick and just deal with it by downing something that would relieve the symptoms, but that had the effect of making him drowsy as well, as many medicines do, particularly medicines that are cold medicines and contain things like acetaminophen. I don't quite know how to say that out loud, but you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever read the ingredients on a cold medicine bottle. Personally, when I take cold medicine, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't relieve my symptoms, and it doesn't give me side effects. It does not make me drowsy. It does not make me relieved either. I have some sort of strange immunity to cold medicine. It has been rough on me a few times, but hey, what can you do? I've been varying levels of sick, but I've never been so sick that I was in the hospital, so I can thank my luck for that. I can't say much else. Sometimes you're just sick. That's how it is. And if you recover, if you make it through, you should thank the stars. I missed the timing on that health. Perhaps I should hope that these monsters drop a pea bag so that I can get some lump of experience. Why do I have 0 experience? That's what I wonder. I had just seen that I had gotten like 2 experience just a moment ago. It's a pea bag. I'm not quite sure why that would go to 0 or why I had not obtained it. But hey, see? That also said 2 just then, but I swear, I had 2 experience that just disappeared without me even dying. Maybe I should use my shield. I'm getting these magic pots. And those magic pots, they're recovering my magic, and perhaps I should take that as a sign that I should shield up. I have no idea how long the shield lasts. Is it just per screen? There are some effects in these Zelda games that work based on screen, and there are some effects that work based on a solid and concrete timer. There's no visual indication whether the shield has run out, whether the jump has run out. And so I must just trust that the shield is holding. Now, why is it that my experience has seemingly decreased? It's increased just now because I got a pea bag. But why is it that my experience went from 50 to 20? This game really throws you headfirst in. And much like the previous game, is seemingly a little bit more complicated. And so things are not immediately obvious. Even after, and I say immediately, but they are perhaps not even obvious after some time. Here I am, fighting endless waves of moblins. This is reminding me of those Zelda crossovers with Dynasty Warriors. I think they're called Hyrule Warriors, where the entire gameplay is about defeating giant mobs of enemies. Perhaps this is a precursor to that. My experience has just decreased. by 10. I am not sure why. I am not sure whether it's based on the amount of time I spend on this battle screen, or if there is some component to the way I'm getting hit sometimes, or what have you. But it is sometimes decreasing, and if I do not find P-bags, then it will not increase. And I just have to hope that the P-bags continue to spawn. There, I had gotten hit, and my experience decreased. Perhaps it is based on hits. The things we do for the ones we love. The things we do for the horses we love. The things we do. You chop a horse's head off. This is the rest of the screen. Stream. Whoa, P-bag. Okay, so we're coming out on top. You know, it's taken a while, but we're coming out on top. And you know, this is nice and easy. Gives me time to reflect. You know, I have a lot of things to reflect on. There are a lot of things rolling around in my head, you know, and I saw a picture of a dog, and it was winking. And I wonder whether there's ever a time when a dog winks as a gesture, as an expression, or if it is always just the case of it having some kind of thing stuck in its eye or something that bothers it. Because dogs have, as I have talked about before, domesticated dogs do have developed brows in order to make those facial expressions to communicate more easily and non-verbally. And so who's to say, maybe dogs have also developed the ability to communicate through winks. There have been times in my life when I have gotten into the habit of winking, and it has been sometimes misunderstood, I would say. It has, winking has a sort of flirty nature to it sometimes. And it's not always what you want to, you know, it's not always what you want to portray. Not always the vibe you want to give out. So learn to be conscious of not only your words, but your body. Of which your face is included as part of your body. That it? Are the moblins done for? Need more moblins. And the moblins, they continue to keep on rolling. These moblins look a little bit more trim than the moblins in Zelda 1. Zelda 1, they're quite rotund, but these ones are a lot more buff. And they kind of look like bulldogs. They kind of have a bulldog quality to their heads. Ganon, as we all know, is sometimes a pig man. And it speaks to a pig's intelligence that he is the boss of these dogs. Which in real life, yes, pigs are perhaps smarter than dogs. They maybe not are as socially intelligent as dogs. Dogs are pack animals and have developed a lot of communication skills. But hey, you can't beat the facts, you know. Although, let's face it. When they talk about the problem-solving skills of animals like pigs, what problems are they really solving? And in those studies, it tends to be about opening a box or escaping a cage or pulling a rope or something. And is that really all there is to intelligence? You know, Alex Jones, that Alex Jones show that Kanye was on, Kanye had tried to flatter the other guests by saying he had the lowest IQ of them there. He was trying to say, oh, you know, everyone else has a higher IQ, and then someone tried to counter him. It was some Ali someone, and he had tried to say that that there are different types of intelligence, and he has EQ, which is emotional intelligence. And this was before Kanye had mentioned the dicey and controversial opinions on the Nazis, which is amusing in retrospect to say that he had the highest emotional intelligence, and that's what he had thought that would resonate. But yeah, sure. Maybe these dogs, these moblins, have a high degree of emotional intelligence. Maybe they have more emotional intelligence than their boss Ganon, and maybe they have more emotional intelligence than Kanye West. Who knows? Who can tell? I've never studied either in great depth. All I see are just like little clips, little headlines, and you can't always get the whole story from that, you know? Not to say that if you know, not to say that anyone should change their opinion on Kanye West or Moblins, but just to say I'm no expert. I am no expert. I am a master of none, a jack of very few. I am not a jack of all trades, I'm a jack of very few trades. They're dwindling as time goes on, as my skills and things get rusty. Yes. So the more humanoid silhouettes on the map, they represent harder enemies. And they represent harder enemies than the slime silhouettes. And what I suppose that means is there are spiders. And spiders are quite more difficult to target. They go up and down. They have a lot of vertical movement, which Link does not excel at. We have our jump, but that's not very flexible, I should say. We're just getting a heal from this lady. She's always asking us to come inside, and boy, I love coming inside. Getting that health, getting full. We only need 100 more experience to level up. Hopefully that next level allows us to increase our attack, and hopefully that increased attack helps us with that horseman. Hopefully that horseman will be able to be damaged with 3 attacks instead of just 2. And, you know, we can put that horse to pasture, turn that temple into stone, which I heard is what happens to those temples after you have defeated them, and place the crystal somewhere, as told by the manual. And as I have mentioned before, when I was reading through the manual, I did not see a section on how to defeat that horse. So, hey, I'm trying to figure things out just like anyone else. I don't have all the answers. Who has all the answers? Not me. Not Link either. Canonically, Link is a holder of the Triforce of Courage. And Zelda is the holder of the Triforce of Wisdom. However, Zelda, she's sleeping. She's sleeping, so she cannot use that wisdom to tell us how to defeat that horse. We have the courage. We have the cojones. We have, we have all we need in our hearts to defeat that horse, but we don't have all we need in our head to defeat that horse. We do not know how horses are dealt with. We do not know how to tame a wild stallion. What is the third? Oh, the third Triforce is the Triforce of Power. I believe that usually belongs to Ganon. It's a very useful Triforce. The Triforces of Wisdom and Power seem a lot more useful than Courage, because Courage can easily be a vice. It can easily lead you to be rash in situations and rush in when you are not equipped to deal with the situation at hand, which is, you know, what we've done. We've rushed into places and not been equipped for them, and have died and seen Ganon return time and time again. Actually had lost EXP because I got hit quite a bunch. So that little session in the forest was not quite as fruitful as before. Perhaps. Perhaps, maybe we should just head our way to the palace. And... ooh! And try to fight enemies there. There is only one fairy to heal us, but the enemies do give significantly more EXP, and they give them on a more consistent basis. So maybe before our 3 lives are up, we can squeak out a level. Maybe we can get enough experience to, hey Mr. Rat, hey Mr. Rat. I tend to think of rats as liking pizza. I don't think that's quite, because of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, in which they did eat pizza quite often. But I think there was a separate cartoon called Pizza Rat, or something. Or maybe I'm just thinking of those viral videos of the New York subway system, in which there are rats carrying off pieces of pizza. Yes, in real life, we know rats love pizza. Of course, maybe they love any type of food. I don't think rats are particularly picky. And I wonder if you raise rats as pets, if it is as much of a taboo, if it is much of a detriment to give them pizza, as it would be if you gave a cat pizza, or a dog pizza, which is something they can digest, but it is not good for them. You know, it is something that will lead to it will lead to weight gain, and it possibly will lead to diarrhea due to the lactose in the cheese, if there is a lot of lactose in the cheese, because you know, adult cats and dogs, much like adult animals of many species, do not have the lactase enzymes to digest the lactose in that cheese, in dairy products. A lot of cheese actually doesn't contain that much lactose because of the aging process. The aging process tends to deplete the amount of lactose in a piece of cheese. However, in modern day, there are techniques to create cheese that do not involve aging. They instead mix in some kind of chemical. It's a safe chemical, but they mix in some chemical to create the cheese, to solidify it and all that, without aging the cheese. It does not take as much time, and sometimes they do not remove the lactose from those cheeses made from that method. And I only have one life left. If I lose this life, then I lose all the experience that I've gained so far. So I'm going to choose to avoid that night for now, because I have died twice to him. And I will try some other enemy. Maybe these rats. Maybe these rats will drop a pea bag. Maybe they'll drop a pea bag full of experience, and I can level that. I only need 50, which is the lowest denomination of pea bag I've seen. So, potentially, one of these rats could lead to my next level. Here is a juggler. He's not really a juggler, he just throws. He just throws those little hammers. He is a little bit too risky for me. Let me find one of those skeletons, those Stalfos. The Stalfos give about 30 experience, I believe, and they're not that difficult to fight, especially with the charged sword where I can fight them from a distance. I only have to kneel. They don't do all those crazy tactics with their shields like the Iron Knuckles do. Ooh, here's a floating skull. The floating skulls are very dangerous for me. I often just run into them because I don't look before I leap. I just go in head first because I don't have the Triforce of Wisdom. I simply have the Triforce of Courage. Although I do not know if I have the Triforce of Courage at this point. I think this game introduces the Triforce of Courage, and that's what we're trying to get. I was confused at the end of Zelda 1 as to why there were only 2 Triforces, and the chatter, Adam, had informed me that the Triforce of Courage, or the third Triforce, comes in a later game, and this is that later game, I believe. Did they call it the Triforce? Do they call them Triforces because they are triangular? Or do they call them Triforces because there are 3 of them? Did they plan out Zelda 2 before they released Zelda 1? Did they already know that there was going to be a Triforce to purge? This is something I wonder. Ugh. I also wonder if one of these rats may drop AP bag. Apparently, all they will do is, in fact, take experience from me because I keep getting hit by them. And I must find those... I must find the Stalfos, because the Stalfos is the more reliable source of EXP. If I can kill just 2 Stalfos, just 2 Stalfoses, then I can level up. But I do not see a Stalfos here. The rat has reappeared. The slimes have reappeared. But the Stalfos? Stalfos nowhere to be seen. Now, there was an underground area. There was another area a bit further down, I believe, that had some Stalfos across a bridge that was collapsing. But there was also a hammer guy there. There was also a man throwing hammers. And those are very tricky for us. They're very dangerous. Here I go again. I just said that I often just run into those skulls. And there I did it. I ran into that rat as well. These rats don't really do much to attack. They more so just hop towards you. And perhaps you are so disgusted that that's how you lose life. Some people have a very strong disgust of rats. They consider them dirty. They consider them full of disease. And so whenever they see rats, they shriek like banshees. I don't think rats are so unappealing on a visual level. There can be times when they are a bit visually unappealing, like when they are bunched together, like in Rat Kings when their tails all get like tangled together and they form like a clump. However, when they're just individually just hanging about, I recognize that they're pests and they are causing some hygiene issues with their fecal drops. But oh, Ganon returned. I forgot that was on my last life. So I lost all that EXP. That's a lot of progress in terms of leveling that was lost. Not like progress, not hard progress through the game. That was a lot of progress in terms of our EXP that was lost. Which does bring a bit of sorrow to my heart. But maybe, hey, maybe we can try... Maybe we can try this cave. Maybe we can try this cave. Maybe we can see if we can get all the way through it, unlike last time. And, oh, wow. Wow. Maybe if I just shield. Try to force my way through this cave. We'll end up somewhere where we can get some sort of item or some sort of ability that will help us. Wouldn't that be exciting? And then we can go back. We can go back to the horseman. We can tell him, hey, nay to you, horse. You think you are the only one who can refuse us? No, we can refuse you. We are almost out of life. We are almost out of life. Look at our life. It is... We do not have the magic to cast jump so that we may jump higher. I thought we were heading to the end of the cave. However, we need more magic in order to cast jump so that we can reach the heights to get to pass the ledge. There is a bat that can shoot fire at us. It's not a type of bat I was aware of before. It is a red bat, and it is in fact a little dragon. But hey, now that we've died, we've got our magic back, and we can cast jump, and we can go. And we've ended up at the other end. We've ended up at the other end of the cave. Which is very cool, very cool. We have this fairy. We weren't that hurt. But we were able to, get a tiny bit of health back. So now... Whoa! Whoa! These marshes make us move slower. There is a boulder blocking that cave. There's a boulder blocking that cave. Ganon has returned, so we're... If we were to return, we would have to go through that cave again. We would have to go through that cave again in order to get to the other side, which did cause us a lot of difficulty. But maybe with experience comes an easier time at it. Perhaps it'll be easier to get through it next time. Although, I am not sure if I am ready to rise to that occasion. There is something that can be demoralizing about losing progress, but you know, they say that failure is the seed of success. You must keep trying. You must try many times and fail many times before you reach great success. That's just how life is. You know, that is that's a phrase in Japanese. 失敗は成功のもと. You know? Failure is the root of success. And it's true. It's true. People congratulate you when you know, when you make a light bulb or a time machine or what have you. But they don't see, they don't recognize all the times that you have failed, you had blown up your lab, you had inadvertently spliced yourself with a fly, and then slowly withered away in what was an allegory for the AIDS crisis Fantastic movie by David Cronenberg, The Fly, the 80s remake of The Fly. People don't really see that. Well, people did see The Fly. You know, people do often talk about David Cronenberg's The Fly, but people don't tend to recognize that that failure is an essential part of the path to success. These worms do not seem to be able to be hurt. They are more so just obstacles. I would like to pass them in order to, yes, leave the screen and get out of this battle screen. And I made it. See? Those worms, they recognized my tenacity, and they respected it, which is why they let me through. You may not think that worms respect many things, but they respect tenacity. Let's shield myself. Jeez Louise in the 7 Seas. This game really is something. You know, it really is something. You might think, hey, is this game nothing? Is it a gust of air? Is it the absence of matter? No, it is something. It's like Babe, the pig that I have talked about before from Charlotte's Web, you know? And just like he was some pig, this is something. And that's why this game has never been made into bacon. It has never been to the slaughterhouse. People love this game. And it's all because it is something. Did it need a spider to tell people that? No, they recognized it. They recognized that this was something by themselves. They played it and they were like, hey, wow. I love how it exists. I love how it at the time came on the cartridge, showed some lights and colors, and had some kind of response to your inputs, and had this little funny little elf guy. You know, Link in this game, he, you know, I've talked a lot about pigs. I've talked about pigs so many times during the playing of Zelda, and it's very fitting because, you know, Ganon, he is a pig man sometimes, and hey, you know, Link, when he's in those screens, when he's like elongated or zoomed in on, let me just say, he looks a little bit like a piglet. He does. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. I just mean he looks like a human piglet man. He has... if you were to think of him as a cartoon farm pig, those are typically the pale pink ones, which Link is. He's a pale pink. And he's got a sort of snout on him, and he's got those pointy and wide ears. And And he just looks like a little pig with a little outfit and a little hair. Perhaps Zelda is a game series about the struggle between piglets and pig. A struggle between adolescence and adulthood. It is about the fight against aging, against the idea of discarding your childhood hopes and dreams and sense of wonder, and this idea and unshackling yourself from the idea that you have to be bound by responsibility all the time. Because, hey, here is Link, he has responsibilities. He's always responsible for saving Zelda from whatever she got herself into. She gets herself into a lot of jams, a lot of pickles. She is crazy for those pickles. She's a pickle princess. She gets herself into so many. And, you know, he balances that responsibility with fun little hobbies. Like, he is so into horse riding. He often picks up a musical instrument. He often he sometimes dances with other dancers. He sometimes collects masks. He sometimes collects frogs. He does a lot of leisurely activities in addition to his responsibilities. Whereas Ganon is all business all the time. And Link is just here to say, hey, there is a balance. There is the life that you live in between preparing to live. That's what responsibilities are. There's requirements, they're preparations for life. But that life must also be lived in between those moments. And that's the dichotomy here on display. Ganon represents power. He represents the Triforce of power. And what use is power if you don't yield it to good means, to significant means? The reason why Link is the wielder of the Triforce of Courage is because he has the courage to let his inhibitions go. To say, hey, I'm gonna put some chickens back in the chicken pen. I know that the world's gonna end, but I need to collect chickens for this lady. You know, I just think it's so neat how you can carry a chicken and then glide a little. Ganon could never muster up the courage to do that. I think a lot of people are held back by fear of living their lives, of being actually happy, because they think that, hey, if I could have always chosen just to be happy, if I'd always chosen to have some fun, then did I waste all those years? Did I waste all that time being miserable for nothing? And maybe the answer is yes, maybe the answer is no. I don't know if there's any such thing as wasted time. there might be lessons that you learned in those times that you think have been wasted. But hey, all I'm saying is that, Link displays that courage, and you should find that courage in yourself. He may not have so much wisdom, but he has bits of it. And that's the wisdom that he carries with him. Now, so, you might be looking at the screen, you might be wondering, what am I doing? What is this person doing? What is Link going? Where are you getting this experience? I don't know. But let me tell you, I'm living my life. I am living out loud. Just like those women on the Oxygen channel, the American television channel, the Oxygen channel on cable, that features the Bad Girls Club, where those women all move into a house and they just get drunk and fight a lot. This is me. I'm getting drunk off these magic potions and fight. I'm cutting up the forest. Fighting all these moblins. Fighting spiders. Although spiders are really, winning on that front. Until now. Maybe this is the path that I should have stayed on. The path of the moblin, the path of the pee bag, looking for bags of pee. They say slow and steady. I've said it many times, slow and steady wins the race. Perhaps slow and steady means killing a bunch of moblins, and I've lost a lot of XP from just getting hit by moblins, so maybe that slow and steady was not quite winning the race in that respect. But hey. I will... Maybe I should look up if there is something I can do right now without grinding. To defeat that horseman. I don't want to look too many things up. I want to keep myself relatively unspoiled. I like to go in blind, give you my raw reaction, my first time reaction. However, I'm not having very many firsts here in this past stretch. I have been doing things that I have become accustomed to. So, in the interest of moving forward, I may be looking up how to defeat that horseman. So, it appears that horse boss is named Horsehead, which is a very apropos name. Its Japanese name is Mazura. Ma meaning horse, and Zura is sort of like a converted form of the word tsura, I assume. And tsura means face, horse face. which is basically the same as horse head. Now, in the Zelda Archive fandom wiki, it says Horsehead deals a lot of damage and knocks Link far with his mace. Damage can be reduced, however, using the shield spell. His head is his weak spot, and there are two main ways to defeat him. The best message of damaging him is to wait until he comes close to Link and attacks, and then jump over the attack and strike his head, or stand at a distance from him and wait until he attacks before jumping towards him and attacking. Another, and the best method, is to get the down thrust first and then hit from above. That's the best method. Now, where do we get this down thrust? Apparently, the down thrust was introduced in this game. This is the first appearance of the down thrust, a staple of the Zelda series. And, let's see. Okay, so the down thrust is found in the harbor town of Mido. And that seems a fair bit away from where we are now. And I don't know if that's going to be the most time efficient option, because we've struggled to go to that cave, and then on the other side we struggled more with the marshes and their inhibiting factors, the way that they make you move slower. And so I don't know if it's really the best route to go and try to get down thrust, or if we should instead try this method where we are jumping close and hitting his head, hitting the head of the horse head. Perhaps we shall try. Perhaps we shall try to fight that horse head. Using the knowledge that we've gained. Excuse me. I don't want to deal with you guys. I am no longer trying to grind, and so I want you out of the way. So, let's go back to that palace, the Parappa Palace, the Rappa Palace, the Hippopotamus, the Papa John's, Papa Dia, Papa Pizza Palace. And let's try that horse head. Let's try that horse head. You know, it reminds me of that brand of deli meat called Boar's Head. Maybe horse head could be like a brand of like cheese, deli cheese, to go along with your boar head meat. That'd be so delicious. I would be so stoked to have a good piece of cheese right now. You know, I love cheese. You know, I love that cheesy pasta. I love that cheesy pizza. I love all kinds of cheese. Sometimes I'll just eat a block of cheese. There was a time where I would take like one of those string cheese, like, you know, one of those tubes of mozzarella, and I would just throw it on things. I would just throw it on things and I'd melt that sucker on there. And did people find it odd? Yes. But did I care? No. But sometimes you want what you want. And that's cheese for me. Sometimes I just want cheese. Where's that fairy? There is supposed to be a fairy somewhere in the world. Let's shield just in case. Oh, jeez. Sheesh. Here's that fairy. Yeah, and sometimes I want that cheese. And and I don't care if it's fatty, I don't care if it's salty, I don't care what anyone thinks. Sometimes, you got one life to live. And that life, I want it to be full of cheese. The other dairy products can go. I don't care much about milk. I don't care much about, yogurt. Or all those other things. I want cheese. This is not the horse head. I had thought this was going to be the horse head. But this is not the horse head. No. And I had already used the wow! Hey, Mr. Man. Hey, Mr. Rat. He's just talking about how much I love cheese. But yes. It's something that can just put, a bit of razzle dazzle, but a bit of, almost spice to any dish. Just some blocks of cheese, grated cheese, slices of cheese, you name it. It can be soft, it can be hard, it can be white, it can be yellow, it can be blue, it can be moldy, it could be fresh, it could be anything. It's got so many options. People are such snobs about wine, but whenever they do studies of wine, they find it very dubious whether all these things actually matter to the taste, the blind taste. But cheese, that's all real. All that chemistry that's going on in a wheel of cheese when you're preparing it using different methods and storage, and storing it in different methods, and aging it in different over different periods of time, and whether you're using maggots or whatever to dig through and lend some acidity to it. That's all real, man. That's all real. It's a journey. It's a whole world that you can live in if you just open your heart to cheese. This guy, he's all orange, even like some types of cheese. There's some cheddars that are, sure, magic will go up. At least we got our magic up. We have one life, we may die, we may have, Ganon may return, and we may have to go back. But, hey. At least we did something, we got another level, our magic went up. Let's shield. Oh, here's a pea bag. Oof. Don't like the looks of this guy. some enemies, I guess, aren't hurt by the projectiles, and only the blade of the sword will actually hurt them. And I suppose this might be the case with... Oh my gosh, it's an iron knuckle. I do not like these guys. They are very dangerous to me. I am not an expert at parrying and dodging these guys. Ganon may be returning again. He may be returning. Whoop! And here he went again. Ganon, that big old pig, he's returned. Sometimes you cut the cheese, sometimes the cheese cuts you. That's what you gotta learn from those knights. They may look like some hunks of cheddar. They may look like some hunks of cheddar, but sometimes they'll cut you up. You know, in later Zelda games, bosses are much more like puzzles. There is usually some kind of pattern or set thing that you have to do, and you usually only have to do it about 3 times. Not so in these older games. They are more about whittling away health. Things are not so certain. You know, the path is different for everyone. You know, it's much more of combat instead of puzzle. Which maybe some people appreciate, you know. It certainly could make the combat more tense, knowing that is, in fact, a matter of points, and rather than just figuring out a pattern, just figuring out a puzzle. I think either way is fine. It just depends on the execution. You know, when I say blue cheese, I do not mean cheese that blue. You know, there is a bluish, greenish tint to cheeses that are purposely made to have some form of mold in them. The mold isn't usually in levels that is considered toxic or harmful to people. But some people might have sensitivities to it, just like people have sensitivities to all kinds of food. And, you know, I myself have not tried any blue cheeses, you know, any of the moldy cheeses. I've not been so brave, but, you know, knowing that they have been such a time-honored tradition, knowing that many people enjoy them without ill effects, maybe I would be open to trying them. And I would be interested to know if they would go on pizza or pasta. I love... Those are my main forms of enjoyment of cheeses. Although, trust me, there are other ways I enjoy cheese. I can eat cheese just straight up by itself. I can put cheese on top of cheese. That's right. I'm that kind of madman, you know? Sometimes you get a stick of cheese, you dip it in some melted cheese, and it's amazing. The difference in textures, the difference in the cheeses, the flavors of the cheeses. Whenever you get more cheeses, it's always better, you know? Oh! I thought I had it. I thought I was going to just hop over that guy. But no, I was not so fortunate. Whoa. So I think the... Oof! I got over him that time. So I think the hammer thrower did not make it. And the... Whoa! Okay, so Ganon has returned, but I did do some damage to the horse head. I have figured out how to do damage to the horse head, you know, through looking it up. But that's okay. Sometimes you need to look things up, sometimes you need a little help. And yeah, I figured out, and I've tested, and I've seen for my own eyes that you can in fact damage the horse head by hitting it on the head. That horse head. And you know what? I think that's all for now. I've played this game for quite a while. And I think I may need to save my energy, get it back up, before I try to tackle that horse head again. And yeah. I didn't imagine I would have so much trouble with a horse. Usually horses are friends. You know, Link famously has his partner, Epona, who is a horse. And I had thought Link was a friend to all horses. Apparently he's not. Maybe this is before he has mended his relationship with the horse community. And maybe we'll see a treaty be made between Link and horse later on in this game or in this series. But I'll catch you next time. See ya!